Citizens of Wyndham, there has been an increase in outlaw activity on Slattern Dale. Avoid Slattern Dale until the area is once again declared safe.
Hands away from any weapons, you.
Citizens of Wyndham, if you or any of your friends or family show signs of corruption, report it immediately.
Don't know why I'd bother.
Keep it civilized. No troublemakers.
Why here, of all places? If they'd resolved to do something so awful, why in the church?
Some bugger, pardon my French, wanted to make a scene, sir.
And doom us all in the process. If the captain and his minions find out. I'm sorry, we're closed today. Please leave. Please, I beg of you. Just forget you saw anything here and go. Please. So it seems. To visit this sort of thing upon the church is pure wickedness. Please, tell no one. I know how it seems, but I would not ask such a thing if it weren't for the good of the village. It's vital the military don't learn of this. We'll tidy up, but if the captain and his toy soldiers find out, things will become so much worse here. The shopkeeper. Good heavens above. I knew something was off about him, but nothing as foul as that. Then I must ask something of you. You're embroiled in this now, as much as we are. To find absolution, well, you must find some way to deal with Morris. An ally to those heathens in the woods is a danger to the village. Not that I'm suggesting you. Well, I'll leave it to your judgment. Thank you. It is a terrible thing to ask, I know. Now that Maisie is dead, there is no one else I can trust to be able to carry out such a task. And in the spirit of reciprocation, if you are in need of my help, you need only ask. I am here if you wish to talk, to unburden your soul. And if you'll forgive me for saying so, you seem troubled. Might I ask why? I don't suppose, well, have you perhaps been hearing voices? It is a sign of vile corruption. It cannot be tolerated. It must be confronted. I saw it in the baker's husband. The baker, Iris, told me he was hearing voices and had fallen terribly ill. I haven't seen her husband for a number of weeks now. So I trust she came to her senses and took the necessary action. But it pains me to imagine what evil is creeping inside our little village. None of us, not even the protocol officers, know the truth of that. Only that it started with that wretched science city they built across the mere. They did something. Heaven knows what. And now it is laced with evil. You can smell it in the air. I doubt I would understand any of it. Besides which, the village occupies all my time. The people here need a guiding hand, not an oppressive one. The military presence, this protocol nonsense of theirs, has done that to us, and with no sign of respite. Pressure like that breeds corruption. I must obey the Lord's will and fight against such things. You, on the other hand, seem of a curious nature. I can offer you something, but you must be cautious about prying too deeply. Well, I was on cordial terms with one or two of the scientists stationed up here. The important ones lodged at a manor house out in Casterfell Woods. I doubt any are still alive. But they may have left notes or papers that could prove useful to you. But you didn't hear that from me. All right. Farewell, and God bless you.
What do you want? I had naught to do with Maisie's death, I swear, in God's name. And neither did the vicar. He's a good man. If this gets back to the soldiers, they'll cart him and me both off to jail. Aye, didn't touch her. It's horrid enough just to look at. Like someone wanted to make a scene. Wanted revenge or something. She probably got on the wrong side of someone on account of her. But you should leave. This is village business, and none of yours. Confess? All right, look. She were good at following people, was our Maisie. Nosing around in their business. I don't know, mayhap she found something and got silenced for it. I saw her the other night, skulking around near an old cellar not far from here. I can mark it for you, but I know naught else. And I don't want to talk about this no longer.
Citizens of Wyndham, the woods are still off limits. If you need to approach the woods for foraging, request an escort at the village hall.
I hope I get on the foraging party again this week. Anything to get me out of this.
Acts of insubordination or disrespect against the soldiers.
A new customer. How'd you do?
Welcome to Wyndham Village. Pardon my curiosity, but how is it the soldiers let you in? Did you bribe them? And if you did, what with? There are saviours and protectors. Well, that's their story, any road. They came in when the government built them walls around the place. Don't think the plan was for them to get trapped in here, same as us, but here they are. Anyway, where are me manners, eh? I'm Morris Wick, owner of this establishment. Take a look at what I have to offer if you fancy. Oh, now very nice. Thank you. Call again. Get new stock in now and then, so come back any time. I might have something new for you. Hello again. Big explosive. explosion, that's what. I remember it woke the whole village. We were out in the streets, wondering what were what. I mean, with all them atoms and such like they have over there. The soldiers rolled in and told us we were fine, that there weren't no radioactivity to be frit of. But then, in the next breath, they said we couldn't leave. Temporary quarantine protocol, they called it. Temporary, my hat. Look at them walls. Nowt temporary about them, is there? We had no choice but to take it on the chin. So we did. Well, most of us did anyhow. In the months after the disaster, some people started to turn a bit odd. Nothing bad, just different, you know. Kept going on about the soil calling to them. People you'd known your whole life, proper sober folk, suddenly talking about a new purpose. Then one night, they all upped and marched off into woods. Soldiers have been properly down about any talk, since that might sound a bit, you know, pagan. I shouldn't be talking about it neither. How did... Well, been poking around in what's not your concern, eh? I don't have to explain myself to you. It's none of your bloody business. Beliefs? They're the truth. Can't you see what's going on here? The protocol soldiers, the church, all carrying on like they know all the answers, when the truth is they know nought. Everyone says the folk in the woods are cracked, but they look like the only sane ones around here to me. They're trying to make peace with the world, not ruin it. Them scientists, the disaster, that weren't natural, thou knows. Upset the balance of things. Nature's proper furious with us. We should make amends, shouldn't we? It's only right. But them soldiers would have me locked up for thinking that. Dangerous pagan sentiments, that arse of a captain calls it. If you've seen them out in Casterfell Woods, I know they might come across as proper nasty. But look, they say the earth speaks to them, and they listen. Now, folk have been saying there's a voice in the earth around here since the year dot. These druids, or whatever you want to call them, they say that's true. So, mayhap we should be listening to it too, eh? I want what's best for the village. We should be looking back to what's always been here. The army here tried to stamp it out, but their captain's a bloody southerner. What does he know about the north? Well, but maybe you're a tattletale for the vicar too, eh? Prying for secrets so he can hold 'em over me. Well, I won't stand for people who stick their beaks in where they're not wanted. Shh! Shut your bloody trap before you bring every nosy bastard in here. All right, look, just hear me out, eh? See, we're a rotten one, that un. Tattling folk out to the vicar so he can load it over us. She never had out on me, not till last night when she found that letter. Then she carried on like I'd thrown in me lot were old Hitler or summat. Called me a traitor, like I ever had any loyalty to the protocol lot. I'm no killer, not born to it, but she were poison, that un, and so is vicar. Summat had to be done. All I'm saying is that we messed up with factories and machines and that. We should have stayed close to the soil. Simple as that. How is that treason? I'm not wicked, you know. I just have a purpose in life, that's all. Something better. But that Maisie, she were going to shout it from rooftops if I didn't pay to keep her and that vicar quiet. She had to go. And I had to do it somewhere Vicar couldn't just sweep it under the rug. He can't go running off to the captain when it looks like he might have blood on his hands. Please, I know what I'm asking, but let it go, will you? Give us that letter back and we can both forget all about it. I'll make it worth your while, I promise. You're just the same as her, a bloody quisling. I'll make you sorry for that.
Not sure about you. Let's not have any trouble.
One of the few remaining bastions of normality within the zone. Keep it that way. Be normal. Wyndham. The woods are still off limits. If you need to approach the woods for foraging, request an escort at the village hall.
Do as you're told.
See that big metal bugger? I could have it. I could.
Steady on, George. It's got guns on it, you know.
Stamping it out like it owns the place.
Citizens of Wyndham, volunteers are required for work details on Scatman.
Well, a new face. Good day. You'll forgive me if I'm less than cordial on first acquaintances, I'm sure. New faces often mean trouble. And yet, they may bring new opportunities, too. Tell me, where have you come from? Really? Well, you're not the first amnesiac I've seen since things went awry. Trauma does strange things to people. In case it wasn't made clear to you on the way in, Wyndham is under the protection of the protocol. You are permitted to move freely through the village, for now at least. Consider it a gesture of goodwill. I hope it'll be reciprocated. But don't go causing any trouble here. Is that clear? And if trouble finds you, make sure you report it. Post haste. Now, there are certain things I like to discuss with new faces such as you. I would hope a stranger like you can provide me with some information. I want to know where you came from. I want to know what you can tell me about the outside. Let me worry about what to do with it. Trust me, you will be much better off aiding protocol than crossing us. Be under no illusions. We must eradicate the corruption that festers here before there is any hope of leaving this blasted place. If we were to work together, you and I, perhaps we might make some progress towards such an outcome. But step out of line, and I will revoke your liberties here just as quickly as they were given. So I ask again, did you come from the outside? What do you know? Well, this is disappointing. I was hoping you'd have something you were willing to share. We imprison strangers at the first whiff of trouble, but you can keep your liberties for now. I trust that will be more conducive to a timely recollection of your origins. In the meantime, be wary of this place. Do not be tempted to engage with any of the pagan sentiments some of the locals may try to foist on you. Such beliefs are dangerous and forbidden. Do I make myself clear? And if you still wish to have protocol's aid, you'll just have to make yourself useful to me in other ways. I'm glad to hear it. The civilians in this village are a shady lot. Resistant to discipline and up to no good. I'm sure of it. We can hardly get the time of day out of them. But you're an outsider. They may not trust you exactly, but nor are they immediately suspicious of you. Sniff around. Keep your ears open. If you find anything I should know, come to me with it. If you want somewhere to start, well, we've had our eyes on Iris, the baker. I could send a patrol in, of course, but a softer approach might prove more efficacious. Good day to you. Stay out of trouble, eh?
Watch yourself, civvy.
Citizens of Wyndham, the woods are still off limits. If you need to approach the woods for foraging, request an escort at the village hall.
A new customer. How do? Not often we're seeing new faces here. My name's Alf Buckshaw. Welcome to what's likely the last pub in Cumberland, such as it is. Now, what can I do for you? Fountains of beer, dancing girls, and the finest cuisine in the land. Well, we've got some beer. And I found a pickled onion in a jar in the back of the cupboard. Seriously, mind, I can get me hands on things. Some pretty hard to find things at that. And feeling that, I can offer conversation. No gossip, mind you. Get locked up for gossip these days. I see a lot of those. Can't give you much for that. Got plenty. There. All good. All sorts comes through here. So don't be shy about coming back. Might have something new for you. Let me ask you something. The soldiers, protocol as they go by. What do you make of them? Aye, well, you haven't been here long enough to know. Between you and me and the garden wall, let me tell you, it's like being under an army of occupation. Look, I'm willing to trust you've your heart in the right place, and I need help with something. Soldiers have got their eyes on me, but they'll give you the benefit of the doubt, for the moment at least. I need to collect a few messages. Not important, you understand, but I can't stick me nose out of the door without the soldiers taking an interest. You, they'll let walk out of the village, so I need you to go to Skethermore for us. I was hoping you'd say that. I need a message collecting from Nora. Careful with her. She's not fond of strangers. But it'll be all right if you say I sent you. She hides out in her barn on Skethermore. I'll mark it for you. The other note is with a fella who skulks all over Skethermore. But we have a meeting place. I'll mark it on your map. Fair warning, though. Out in Skethermore, soldiers don't care who or what you are. They'll shoot before they ask. See you around.
One more civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blown.
Keep the peace, civvy.
Not sure I like the look of you.
I just want some humbugs and pear drops, nothing fancy.
Civvy gives me cheek and I'll top the bastard. Orders be blowed.
Wonder what's going on with Nancy and Astral. Likely thinks me dead.
I'll finish my book today, I think. Start it again tomorrow.
Hello. I've not seen you before, have I?